America's on the phone, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, constitutes quorum.
Yes, sir.
Reverend Freeman, will you lead us in prayer, please?
Let us pray. Eternal God, we want to thank you for all of thy loving kindness and all of our tender mercy. We thank you for your grace and your truth. We thank you for this meeting. We pray, oh God, that you will help us all to be on one accord and direct ourselves. We want to thank you right now.
Thank you,
We know
Jesus.
you can. We know you will. These are other blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. First of all, I would like to say that here at the city of Canton, and also on behalf of the Board of Aldermen, we welcome this warm crowd and this crowd of a family. And those of you who are here supporting Chief Kenneth Pierce, certainly content that you are here. And as we say in the church, make sure you come back next Sunday. Rodriguez Brown, Alderman Fred Esco, Alderman Eric Gilkey, President on the phone. You get it? Oh, wait. We're fine. Alderman Andrew Grant, Alderman Vicky McNeil, Alderman Les Penn, Alderman Daphne Sam, Alderwoman Daphne Sam. The mayor calls for the adoption of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Motion carried. There are 3 presentations. The first presentation is Michelle Nettles, Tobacco Street, Planning Our Cities. The second presentation is Dr. Rose Riley, Community Garden. And the third presentation is our Acute Systems Incorporated, Ms. Nettles. Are you and Dr. Rose together? Or are you separate?
We're together.
You're together? Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharon Nettles with the Tobacco Free Coalition, the project director with the Tobacco Free Coalition for Madison, Gadsden, and Holmes County. And we are here today, and Dr. Rosie is the co-chair of our coalition. We are charged with educating the community about the dangers of using tobacco products as well as the dangers of secondhand smoke. Canton already has a smoke-free ordinance, but what we're doing here today to do is to ask if you would like to adopt a new ordinance that also includes in the electronic cigarettes and things of that nature, because research shows that these products have some of the same chemicals that secondhand smoke has. And we are just here to ask the board to approve a new ordinance that actually includes in the new ordinance.
Okay. This is something you would like for us to take under consideration?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so very much. Could you do me a favor, please, and give your name to our city clerk, John Carroll, and Dr. Rose Riley? Could you do the same, please?
Sharon Meadows,
Thank you.
project director with the Mississippi Tobacco Free Coalition
Okay,
for Madison, Gadsden, and Holmes County.
Madison. Okay.
And I'm Dr. Rosie Ann Riley, and I'm the chair of the coalition,
Okay.
same coalition.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for your information and knowledge. Dr. Riley? Stand wherever you like.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Roseanne Riley, and my profession is pharmacy. And the mayor asked me to come here today to talk about what I was doing in my community. I don't know if you all ever heard of Fairview Community out by Deerfield Country Club. That's where I grew up. It was established in 1880, and I've been doing some community development, and he wanted me to share it with you all. Fairview Community Garden. What I did when I came home, pharmacy was my third career. I was in the Marine Corps, then I was a self-employed professional wallpaper hanger. So I left home and I came back in 2015 and I saw my community going down. So what I decided to do was, as a pharmacist, I know about medicine and all the diseases and that is best to prevent. So I decided to start a community garden. The church had 10 acres of land, Fairview Missionary Baptist Church in Canton, Mississippi. And they allowed me to lease an acre to put a community garden on. And I started the project in January of 2018. And that was our fall garden last year. Didn't do too well, but because of the rain and the moisture. So most of it is pictures. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of talking. And the reason I started the community garden was to bring my community together, because the older people were getting old and they could no longer afford the expensive vegetables, and the kids were on the computers. So I said, this is a way to get the kids outside and bring the community together some kind of way. So I decided to, and research shows that that's what a community garden does. It brings people together. It creates a place where people can come together and meet together and talk. Okay, you can go ahead. So the garden is 0.5 acres there. I use 37 rows. It's 150 feet each row. And that's some of the vegetables that's on the row. So far, I've given away 200 pounds of vegetables to the elderly. That is the beginning of the harvest. That is the garden. I actually helped to put up that T-post fence. Everything was volunteer. I don't have a 501c3, so I just been raising money trying to do the garden. And you can keep clicking. You don't have to go that fast. So anyway, I try to keep the garden really neat. I'm OCD, as you can see. I actually basically work the garden myself. There are 2 community members that actually come, and you'll see later I have a 4-H club of 4 kids. You can go now. So that was the beginning of the garden, and that was the first week of May. And everybody know in the first week of May we had that really hard rain, right? Rotted all my seeds. So I had to go back and replant. So I replanted and everything started coming up, and you can go. And I was just showing you pictures of the garden, and as we progress, now he won't go slow. That's one of the kids in 4-H. That's one of the zucchini I got out of my garden. It's about 5 pounds. So the garden is very healthy, and they were so excited. And what happens with the community garden, my kids in the 4-H range from 10 to 13, and they get so excited. And they're excited about eating the vegetables because they're growing them. And so anyway. Those are the purple hub peas. I have 10 rows of purple hub peas, and they're actually ready to be picked. That's the whole, almost the whole area of purple hub peas. That's just a picture I took today because I got to get out there tomorrow and pick them. Yeah. So I have the pink eye purple hub peas and the southern purple hub peas. Those are lady peas. I have 2 rows of those. So what I did, I went in the community and I asked the elderly what did they want me to plant, because this was really for the elderly and the kids. So yeah, that's a watermelon. I never grew watermelons. I grew up gardening, but I just wasn't like the real farmer. But those are cantaloupes, and so you can keep going. That area on the side of the garden, we're going to put flowers there. I want to make a botanical garden because I want to make an area where the older people can come sit and enjoy themselves. And so we're going to make it like a pollinator garden. So I'm trying to partner with an organization to get to donate flowers for that. In the back, we also have like a area where we can have fires and stuff. So you can keep going. So what I wanted to do also, I wanted to educate kids on gardening. So this month I have 2 tours, and the kids are actually from Canton. We have a group coming from the Boys and Girls Club tomorrow, which Sharon Nettles is doing a camp with Mr. Lacey. And so 20 to 25 kids are coming tomorrow. They're going to spend an hour at the garden, and we're going to talk about nutrition. I'm going to let them pick cucumbers and stuff like that. Just get some hands-on. So that was one of the other reasons that I wanted to be a community garden, but also involve the surrounding communities. And also, go right back. That is on the 25th, we have a group called Magic Youth Camp. I don't know if you all know Angela Carson. That's a camp that she started, and they're coming out there July the 25th, and those are the schools of the middle school kids that's actually coming. The 6th to 8th graders is Nichols, Shirley Simmons, Old Town, Madison Middle School. So when they come, I'm gonna have information to hand them on nutrition. We're gonna talk about what to eat, and we'll talk about all the vegetables in the garden, and then try to kind of, like I said, give them some hands-on so they can see where the food is. And my garden is actually organic, so I also talk to them about that. So these are the kids that's in the 4-H club, and they're actually working in the garden. So I just felt like if I could just get a few kids to get involved in the garden, as they get older, they'll want to come back and give back to their community. Now, if you don't have to necessarily start a 4-H club, you can do like a garden club with kids, and that'll be something good to do in the school, or in the community. You can keep going. So that's also at the garden. This winter, we made a bonfire, and we went out and got sticks off the oak tree, and we roasted hot dogs and stuff. So I'm trying to make it like really fun for kids, and I also take them on little tours and stuff. Like we went to Alcorn, which you can go on. So that was me with the kids and the bonfire. I actually started the fire. So that was my kids. They're in the 4-H. So we got invited by Mr. Sinclair, Michael Sinclair from the USDA, to a program at Alcorn. So they was able to tour the campus for an hour and a half and attend the program. So what I'm doing is just trying to get the kids really involved in agriculture, because that's where the government is starting to spend money, and also in prevention. Keep going. And that's, we went to Project Achievement Day with Southwest Region and 4-H. And my 3 girls won first place in visual presentation. Amen. Okay, so what I did, so when I came home, the people was really right now people are very unhealthy, and we need to focus on prevention. So we have a community park that's managed by the county. So when I came home, I got with the county and started doing enhancements to the park. So we have a Fairview Community Park. And so I asked Mr. Griffin, y'all might know him, Paul Griffin, if I could put flower beds in there. He said, yeah, if you keep them up now, the flowers are really pretty. That was in the beginning. So I was trying to enhance the park to bring more people into my community. So that's the park. And we have a track. So what has happened is, since I put the flowers, and we have a sand volleyball court, the only one in Madison County that they actually put in the park. So that's for families when people come out and they have family reunion. So what has happened is it's bringing all types of people. So not just black people, but white people. Everybody's starting to come to the park, and when the parents bring the kids, they're starting to walk. So that was my plan, to figure out a way to enhance my community, to make people healthier. And I think that's basically it. So I just want
Dr. Riley and Ms. Nelson, we certainly want to congratulate you with your efforts. One, particularly preventing our kids from smoking and inhaling all kinds of fumes that they shouldn't be inhaling. And certainly it's extremely important that this is hopefully incorporated as a part of our school system, where kids can actually learn to grow and develop their own vegetables, as well as those of us who are here in the community. On behalf of the mayor and the board of Aldermen, we appreciate both of you. Thank you so much. Our Q systems. Are they here?
That's Jimmy. Call Jimmy.
Jimmy, is that Jimmy? Jimmy?
Yes, sir. Fireworks?
Is that what that is? That works?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mayor, I think it's a 15-minute presentation, Mayor.
This is?
Yeah. So you can move to the
Do Canton first?
swearing in.
Mayor,
Come back to the
you
presentation?
hear what John
Yes.
was saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that mean I lose my audience?
As you see that they're smiling now, you don't want them to be frowning.
We got miles showing.
We're more important than this.
Where's Ken? Let me have a sidebar.
We're doing Kenna after executive session.
No, but they want to say that. You guys want to do the presentation now? You want to do the presentation later? How do you want to do it now? Ma'am? Do it now. You want to do it? How many nows do we have? How many laters do we have? What time? You have it? Fred, you the vice mayor.
Oh, yeah, you
Should.
for it. Yeah.
Come on,
Sit back here.
we're trying this. Can someone help me move this out of the way? Thanks. I really need anybody else. First of all, I would like to say to the family of Canton and all of those who are here today who are supporting our new chief. I have known Kenneth Pierce for a long time. You can't find a better young man. You can't find a better gentleman. He is such a responsible person, such an astute person, analytical person, gracious and kind. I think that we're heading in the right direction for having him as the fire chief here in the city of Canton. And not only that, he has produced a seed, Kenny Pierce Jr. And hopefully, as they say, the seeds go on. Yeah, Kenneth Pierce III one day. We're here today to congratulate him and to honor him and to swear him in office. Who has the Bible?
Not a Bible.
And don't bring me an iPhone. They have a Bible? I got one. I know y'all got iPhones on your Bible on your iPhones today.
Me too.
Put his raise his right hand. Raise his right, put his left hand on the back. There you go. This is my second pair of glasses, eyes, I mean. Repeat after me. I, Kenneth Pierce Sr.,
I, Kenneth Pierce Sr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
support the Constitution
support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Mississippi,
of the State of Mississippi,
and obey the laws
and obey the laws
thereof,
thereof,
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
from holding the office
from holding this office
of Fire Chief of the City of Canton,
of Fire Chief of the City of Canton,
Mississippi,
Mississippi,
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which
upon which
I am about to enter.
I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here.
He signs it, but I sign it somewhere. Hey, Steve, tell Kenny he has to sign this document.
I know you can. Excuse me again.
Thanks for coming out, Reverend.
I'm sorry.
What you doing back there, Samuel Jackson? I thought you were in the movie.
Mr. Roundtree.
I'll take your place. You can go home.
You gotta take notes. Y'all got the info y'all put in the crowd. Richard! What's going on there?
back over?
Good, how are you?
Should we scoot this back over?
I get it.
You sure you got it? Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you guys ready for fireworks? He doesn't get drinks. Yeah.
Eric. Eric. What's the other one? Hello? Yeah.
Muted.
Yes.
All right, can you guys see this on your end?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All that I wanted to touch on right here in this section is I wanted to kind of let you guys know about some of the other people and cities that we work with there in Mississippi. We have 1,400 customers across the nation. We currently work with some of them are listed here: Greenville, New Albany, Notches, and then Greenville actually just signed on with us last month to begin set up in their city. So one of the things that we had let Jimmy know in his department that if at any time anybody ever wanted any contact information for some of our current customers that use our system there in Mississippi, we would be more than happy to get you guys all that information so that you could give them a call up. So we like to do this to let you guys know that, hey, we've worked in the state, we kind of understand what you guys are going through, and we understand that every different city has a different way of doing something, and that's what we're along the lines here to help. So if at any time, as I kind of go over some of the main specifics of this software, you guys have any questions, I just wanted to take about 5 minutes of your time within the system, maybe go over some of the main points that's going to be able to help Jimmy and his department out best, and then turn the time over to you guys to ask any questions that you have, and if there are none, that's what I wanted to be able to present to you guys today. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll go ahead and jump us over to the software then today. Some of the things that have been setting us apart is our time we've been in the industry. We've been in the industry for about 20 years. What a day-to-day would look like for Jimmy and his department. They'd be able to come in here and log in. Over on the right side, with our company comes additional applications as well. So if there were any other members in the city that were on the public works side or community development that wanted to learn more, we'd department. They're going to be able to streamline and use their time more efficiently via our portal right here. So what this would look like is it would say Canton, Mississippi up here. This would return them back to the city of Canton's website, and then they're going to be able to come in here and have the option to apply for permits. They're also going to be able to request code enforcement cases, and instead of having to file through a bunch of different cabinets to find out what has happened in the past and take a bunch of phone calls to follow up with certain people, they're going to be able to fill out the problem description, where it's happened at, any of this information that you guys want the citizens to apply for and put in there. You can require that they do it, and then they submit it, and Jimmy and his department are going to see it on their back end, and then they'll be able to follow up with the property and make sure that they issue the correct letters, notices of violation, and then if something were to end up to go to court, you can print off the history of a case and hand that to the judge that's going to help them at that time as well. So those were some of the main key points that I wanted to touch base with you guys. He's going to be able to look up all that information and then attach fees, and you guys will be able to have a history of different fees from code enforcement cases or from permits that you guys are going to be able to pull reports for and see how much money their department is bringing in at just a click of a button. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys today. That was just a brief overview of how our system is going to help him there. I wanted to turn the remainder of the time over to you guys to ask any questions that you might have for me.
Mary, start.
This system, is this a lease system or an outright purchase system?
Yeah, so we are a SaaS-based system, so where it is there's an annual fee associated with our system that you would lease. It's not an outright purchase system.
Is the maintenance portion of this software a part of the lease agreement as it relates to the monthly note or yearly note? The maintenance agreement is something different.
Got it. Okay, yeah. The way that we have it set up and the way that our company does business is we just have an annual fee. And we have given Jimmy that annual fee. It's an annual fee for a city your size with the application that we went over is $6,000. And that is all that would be required of you guys to pay per year for them to use the system.
Okay.
Once you sign on with iWork Systems, we never increase that price. So it doesn't matter if you stayed with us for 5 or 10 years, they're always going to get new updates, new enhancements. All of that is included with the system, and it just stays at that price for the remainder of your agreement with us.
Please, Jimmy. Have you had time to get hands-on with the system? What's your take on it? Do you like it? Do you think you could use it or what?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I used to use this system when I worked for Brandon. I'm very familiar with iWorks, very familiar with it. It's a wonderful company, wonderful product. It would be great for productivity. I can speak very highly of it.
Let me ask you a question, and both of you, the monitor, I guess that's the monitor, Dr. Trudy and Jim. So who does the training? Do you guys come down and train our staff for a certain amount of time? And how are you certain that they are indeed trained correctly?
Gotcha. So that is a great question. One of the ways, and you'll see, I don't know if you guys have seen very many systems in our government realm, but one of the ways that we've been able to win so many businesses, especially there in Mississippi, is because of our low costs, and that kind of goes into how we do our training. So what we do, you guys are going to see, I'm just walking you through our system via a webinar. What we do is during implementation is however many people you guys would like to be trained on the system, we do these with them. We call into them, we get the list from Jimmy of who needs to be trained on what, and then during implementation we have phone calls scheduled with them. We do the training, we set up via webinar so that there's no travel involved. And if at any time there was an additional person, say maybe 6 months or maybe even a year down the road, that was new to the city and needed to be trained, you guys just call us, and that's included in the annual maintenance fee. We will do all of the training for you and get the people up and running, and that's kind of how we have done it over the past 20 years or so.
Well, let me ask ask you this, in the event the system crashes, the internet goes out, do you have an alternative functional system of operations?
That's a great question. So in the case of the internet went down, we are a web-based system. So what you would be able to do is you would only be able to log your information according to what you had previously had open prior to the internet crashing. In regards to information that is saved, we do weekly backups. We do that twice a week through the cloud, and then once a week here at our physical location. But yeah, if there were to be an internet outage, you would not have continued use of our system until Wi-Fi were available.
All right.
Who do they pull from, their database? Do we give them the plats, or do they have the plats and they pull them?
I'll let Dalton speak to that, but they do get the information from, say, the county maps, from CMPD, whoever has available shape files. Dalton, can you speak to that?
Well, and you're kind of far away from the phone. What was that?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, there's a question about where you would pull the data from.
Oh, for the shape file.
Yes, yes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, the way that we've done that is, and it might be different for you guys. I don't know if the city manages your property information, but typically the county is the entity that manages those shape files and that information. And the way that we do that is on a quarterly basis. We have the county appraiser or the county assessor send that information to a member of Jimmy's department. They forward it on to us, and then we upload it here in our system, so that whatever you guys are using here, whether it's Esri that your county assessors is using, you can reflect all of that current data here in our system as well. So there's not the bouncing back and forth of having to call into the county appraiser for updates. They're going to be able to see all that reflected through our information. But that's the process that we usually go through in order to get that information for the cities.
Okay.
Jimmy, what happened after 5 years, or 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we want to terminate our works and get another another system?
Yes, sir.
Do we own our information, or do they maintain it and we can't get that extract the
The
information from them?
city, it is the city's data. The city would have control of their own data, so the city would have that, yes. Dalton, did you understand the question?
Yeah, I just heard him saying that if we were to have their information, and is he talking in regards to his user information or?
Just information regarding the billing permits, the whole 9 yards of the billing department. Do we,
Oh.
do we own that information, or will we be able to transfer that information to another system? Or do you all own it and we won't be able to, we'll be locked out? Because I've seen systems like that before. If you don't pay, you locked out, and that's it.
Sounds like we need to pay.
Right, but you know, there may be something
I
else.
think what Fred is saying is that if for some reason, Dalton, we become dissatisfied with your system and decide to pursue another system, what happens to the data? Do you guys get mad and keep the information? I know machines don't get mad, but people do.
That's how engineers seem to work.
Yeah, and that is a valid question, and you'll notice that in the agreement that we had sent to Jimmy, I believe that it is in section 4 of our agreement. If you walked in, I think it's 4.3 data ownership, it states that the city of Canton, or the city that we are going to do business with, is the 100% sole owner of the data. All that iWork Systems does is house it for you. And so when the time comes that we were to part ways and you guys have moved on, all that we require is say, hey, give us a 30-day written notice that you're going to cancel with us, and we will give you guys all of your information. We'll send it to you electronically.
Okay. All right, I don't know where we'll put it, but we'll have it.
Well, hopefully we keep you guys happy, and if you wanted our system, you'd just be able to keep it. But if the time came that you did move, typically people take that information and just give it over to their new vendor that they're going to be moving over to. So that's what we've
Put it
been
in
in
the
the past.
cloud or something.
you'll have some documentation before the next meeting from Ms. Banks, Jar.
That is the
Oh, this is
proposed
the
contract
proposal?
you have there.
Okay, so I'll say we table it.
All in favor? Motion carried.
This, we want to consider that upcoming.
Yes, sir, I've talked to Dr. Rhodes and I'll put that for later next year.
Thanks, Dalton.
So, what was that?
I said thank you.
Okay, great, guys. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I'm gonna go ahead and hang up on my end then, and I'll just be in contact with Jimmy moving forward, okay?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Approval of the claims docket.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. Item F, we will skip. Adopt budget amendment. What is the budget amendment? Must have missed that.
Is that the public works?
Yeah, I think, I seen the email with the budget amendment for public works on the vehicle.
Did we approve, I don't know, did they approve the budget amendment for the tractors?
Yeah.
At the last board meeting, yeah.
Okay, fine, that's the only amendment I'm aware
Is
of.
that the only one you're aware of?
Yes.
We can disregard it then, Mayor.
Okay, thanks. As it relates to H, consideration of approval of signage from Smart Therapy, 276 Nissan Parkway, dash wall signage. Who has that data, understanding of it?
It's Jimmy?
Yes, sir. This was, and the other two items below it have to do with items that were before the Architectural Review Board at their last meeting. There was no quorum present. Mayor, I asked you about that, and you said you want me to bring this to the board, the board's vote on this?
The problem that Jim is having is he's having problems obtaining a quorum as it relates to the architectural review board, and I guess attorney banks in those instances in which you don't have a quorum, you go on and approve it.
That would really be a question for the zoning attorney,
For
because
the zoning
I don't know all
attorney.
the ordinances about that.
Also,
But
excuse me for interrupting, I just noticed that we approved the agenda, but, you know, we did put on here yesterday that we were gonna discuss filling some spots or removing some people from this board, and it's not on the agenda today.
Discuss what?
Removing some
Oh, yeah.
people from this board that are refusing to show up, but I just realized it's not on the agenda.
No.
I wanna do it in a special meeting this week.
Yeah, can we get those names, get those names to Ms. Banks or to John, email us out?
I'll welcome any input to names. I'll welcome anybody, if anybody's any names to give me, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna meet with you this week.
Okay.
3 of us will, and the mayor,
Okay,
and, we'll get this problem solved.
thank you. So is it our understanding that as it relates to H, I, and J, there's nothing we can do? Because you didn't have a quorum?
I'm not sure whatever direction legally.
I think Attorney Banks said that,
I'm not the zoning attorney, I don't
She's
know what the
not the zoning
architectural review
attorney.
guidelines are, and I haven't reviewed them, so that's really something for Wesley to opine on, I mean.
Okay.
So can we table and then just have him at the special town
Yeah.
meeting? Okay,
Thanks.
table H, I, and J.
H, I, and J.
Yeah, that's special meeting soon.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We also tabled, K. We'll go to L. Consideration of sponsorship for the Hickory Street Festival in the city of Canton. Ms. Watts, is that you?
Yes, and Mayor, if you want to, if Ms. Watts and you want to speak about it again today, you can. Ms. Watts spoke on it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And, the amount of money that's being asked, we need to, we're gonna have to get Ms. Rhodes. I didn't know this was gonna be on the agenda today to give the money. I know that we talked about it yesterday, Ms. Watts, but for the money you're wanting, I don't see, unless someone can stop me and tell me otherwise, I don't think we're able to vote on that today.
Well, you know, I gave you a phone call today and we kind of came down on that.
are you considering that?
You gave me a phone call?
Can I talk to you?
You didn't talk to me.
I left you a voicemail.
You didn't. I don't have anything from you.
Oh, well, I left you a voicemail.
Okay.
Well, what we can do is
And
table
Mr.
and do the
Escobar.
reconsideration.
We talked.
Well, Fred, if you know what she said, I mean, you're welcome to.
Well, she did come down, she wanted to, us to come up with an amount that we feel like we can present to them. We know what we did last year.
Which
so-
was 2 or 15?
I think it was 2.
Was it 2 last
It was
year?
two.
Right, it was 2, so even if,
Could I just speak?
yes.
Okay, last year you all gave me 2. I had requested 8 to 10, and I know we don't have that, so you can't get blood from a Turner. So I'm asking if you all could we go anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000? We want to change it, it's not gonna be like it was last year. What we're doing this year, Mayor, we want to have an affair that's gonna bring the entire community together. The black community, white community, Hispanic community. We want to do a festival that's all inclusive this year. And it's gonna take that amount to even get started, even with people just volunteering basically their time. And we wanna do something that you all gonna be proud of. We have some other parties gonna be involved this year. Wanna do something to bring the city together in a very positive way for everyone. And we also including some of the businesses on P Street.
It's on the weekend of homecoming, correct? In that week?
That's right, that's why we considered doing it that weekend, because we have hopefully have a lot of people in the city.
What is the school district, have you talked to them about helping with it?
September, October, exactly.
I have not. But I will. I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, that's a question that might be helpful, because we have to have a special meeting next week, although abbreviated. And I think that this week has come up in that special meeting consideration. It appears that we don't have an answer today, but I'm quite sure that there will be an answer.
Okay, and meanwhile, I'll talk to the school
Okay.
superintendent and school board and see what they are
Okay.
able to do. Okay, thank you.
Resolution 7M, adoption of the resolution authorizing proposal for a tax anticipated loan in the amount of $1 million. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. And adopt resolution of the city of Canton, Mississippi for the commitment of in-kind and cash on hand contribution of $20,000 in support of the 2019 Delta Regional Authority Development Plan Grant for transportation infrastructure. Do we have a motion?
And that was what Ms. Banks, you sent us on that?
That's what I sent you all, it's in conjunction with the DRA grant application that we made the application for.
Okay.
They wanted to see some kind of contribution from the city, in kind and cash, and purpose roads. This is not gonna go into effect for the grant to the next budget year. So they're gonna let us do in-kind contributions as well, so it's just a resolution.
I think this goes over to 2020-21.
Well, if the funds, if we have to use any funds for in-kind and cash contribution in that amount, it won't be into the next budget year.
Okay. All right. Next budget year is not 2019-20, it's 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There's been a motion by Alderwoman Sam. Do we have a second? Has been a second. All in favor? Motion carried. As relates to item O.
That should not be on there. That's I sent a resolution for CMU over, that should not be on there. That's CMU.
Oh, yeah.
That's not correct.
She said delete O. Item 8, contract P. Approve and authorize the mayor to execute leasing agreement with Devaney Rental and Supplies for equipment in the Public Works Department.
So moved.
All in favor? Motion carried. Approve and authorize the mayor to execute lease agreement with Caterpillar Financial Services Corporation for new 81, what is that?
16K.
6K Caterpillar landfill compactor and bill of sale for a Caterpillar model 816F serial number, which you guys can read in the landfill department.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. Item R, approve and authorize the mayor to execute amended agreement for sound equipment with John Woodard for the 4th of July Gospel Fest in the city of Canton, Mississippi. Do we have a motion?
Let's just change his name.
It's over with now, but
Yeah.
John Woodard was actually the person that did it, done it the first time. So Kim, we wanted to change the name.
It's just a minimum we approved.
Yeah.
Just a minute to approve,
Second.
already changed the
Second.
name.
All in favor? Motion carried. As relates to the consent agenda, which speaks for itself, do we have a motion? Sir?
Give us a moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And W will be pending additional information to be sent to the attorney.
And I thought it was $200 a month. I thought that,
No, they said 250.
that'd be pending the, execution of usage agreement.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. What is, this is $5,000 in, on the 5? This goes back to individuals.
Which one? Are you talking about?
And the consent agenda.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, for individuals. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. The mayor will entertain a motion to go into consideration for executive session.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. The mayor will entertain, look at this first. Thank you all.